Hello, it's me James, and welcome back to another Minecraft Bedrock Edition video. So in today's video, we are going to be making a automatic wither killer. Now these change every time there's a new update, so when a new update drops, I will test this and let you know if this exact way works. But they change like the ways you have to put the wither in, stuff like that. It changes every single update, even the way that you destroy the end gateway tile. We're going to be using a end gateway, okay? So bear that in mind, it is gonna change 100%. It changes every single time. But before we actually do get onto the video and I'll show you how to do that, make sure you go and hit that subscribe button. Do me a solid. We're nearly on 5,000 subscribers. I've got a good feeling we're gonna be doing this week. So if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe, that notification bell on. We got a free subscriber realm called Jamarchy. You can get the invite code to that on the Discord, and if you haven't got Discord, feel free to hit me up on any of the other social media. That is obviously Instagram and Twitter, and you can just come and ask me for the invite code on one of those and I'll be happy to give it you. So that being said, let's just get on to the video. As I mentioned before, it is so important to make sure that you do this first step. You're going to want access. I'm doing this in survival just to show you guys it does work in survival. I'm going to be doing the basic steps in survival. I might change into creative every now and again, but yeah, basically you're going to want to make yourself a way up and down towards the gateway. These bits are not necessary. These little bits here are just completely for access, so I can get above the portal and below the portal. You're going to need access to above the portal and below the portal, so bear that in mind. Also, you can see I've got a huge platform underneath. Stress enough how important this platform is going to be, and you're going to want to make it more than one thick. I'm going to show you why you're going to want to make it more than one thick. Alternatively to that, you can just find a gateway that's actually above your end island, but you want to make sure it's fully above your end island. So, the things that you are going to need for this build, obviously you're going to need a wither to actually automatically kill. You're going to need some bone meal, red mushrooms, okay? This is crucial to the build, and also 20 pieces of obsidian. You're not going to need all those pieces of obsidian, but if you want to do this multiple times, you are going to need more pieces of obsidian, because the obsidian that you're originally going to place is going to blow up. So another crucial item is a map, a locator map, so you can see north, east, south and west. This is so important to this build. Do not forget it, because you need to put these in the right direction when you're placing these blocks as well. Again, with the mushrooms, as far as they're concerned, you don't need a full stack, and again, same with the bone meal, but make sure you come in prepared. So once we've headed up towards the gateway, I'm actually going to destroy this little bit. If you've made this little platform, you just want to destroy this side, and we're going to do this facing the north. We don't want to do this facing the way that we're going to put our wither in. So first of all, we want to make a little barrier, because we're going to be growing a mushroom right next to the end gateway, okay? You see that? Just a couple of blocks above it, like so. And go across a few, and that's all that's going to do is prevent your mushroom from growing any higher than you actually need it to grow. So, again, the bottom one here, like you can see, that is the exact location you're going to need to put your bit of dirt. You're obviously going to need dirt to grow these mushrooms as well. I did forget about that, but that's just a simple thing. So again, you might need to do this a few times. However, I've noticed this is pretty consistent, okay? If you put this mushroom in this exact place, it will grow and it will destroy the end gateway. Again, this is one of the easiest ways I've ever seen. I should also mention that this could also destroy one of your pieces of bedrock from the portal, so bear that in mind. If it does happen, it's not to worry. This still does 100% work if you've got a destroyed piece of bedrock. So once you've destroyed the mushroom and you've got to the top of the build, okay, what you're going to want to do is simply do as I do. Again, here's just a little bit of an example how many blocks you need for your top holder block. I didn't really make that perfectly clear, but there you go. There's a nice little example of how many blocks it should be from the top, etc. So this is exactly what you want to do with your top of your portal, okay? You're going to need some obsidian. The central block's not really a big issue for this one, but the bottom, you have to place this many pieces of obsidian. At the end, I'm going to show you what happens if you don't. Like I said, this is really, really important that you place these obsidian exactly where I'm placing them. And also, like I'm going to show you in a second, you're going to want to go down to this level. This is why I made this level. Place one in the middle, and you're also going to want to double up all of those pieces of obsidian, okay? This is so important, or you're going to have a wither just roaming around, and obviously you don't want that. You want to be able to kill it automatically so it gets trapped in that gateway. This is how you're going to do it, okay? Make sure now that you're facing the west. I nearly said north. You want to be facing the west side on the map. Super easy. The top of the map's north, and then each way is obviously north, east, south, and west. We want to be facing the west side, so it is this side, and you want to build exactly where you're going to like make your wither go into the gateway on the west side. Make sure it is the west side. So I'm just going to pop into creative just to destroy these blocks because I haven't actually got a pickaxe, but I am going to obviously go back into survival so I can show you this fully works in survival as well. Like I say, this does change every single update, so what you're going to want to do from the west side is place a couple of blocks like so, and then one block on the right to that middle block and one on the left. Simple like that, and that is the exact place where your wither is going to actually go right in the center of that gateway and obviously get suffocated. Again, do not forget the obsidian. I'm going to show you what happens at the end if you do forget the obsidian. I'm pretty sure you all know what's going to happen, but I can't stress enough, do not forget the obsidian. Alongside with that platform at the bottom, you want to make sure that that platform is solid because it is going to get holes in it, and if your star falls through there, which again, you don't want that to happen, you're going to lose your star. So just bear that in mind as well. You need to have somewhere to be catching that star because also it used to land right in the middle, but now it literally doesn't. It falls to the side, which is kind of weird. So let's just place our wither in here now on those blocks that we put there. And obviously now I'm in survival, so I'm going to run down because the first original blast will do some damage and you don't want to end up falling in the void or anything like that. So I'm just going to go into this little makeshift house that I made earlier. And let me just crouch space, and I can show you a little bit, but I am actually going to show you, as you can see, it's taking damage now, and that will go run all the way down. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump into creative so I can just do a little bit more explaining because it's pretty self-explanatory now. But what I'm saying, you need to make sure that this platform at the bottom that you're building is solid, okay? If it is over the void, you 100% need a platform because the reason that you're doing this to get your nether star, it will fall through 100,000,000%. It will fall through. So you want a couple of levels of end stone, or even 3 levels of end stone, and make it so it's going to do a nice area around obviously your wither killer. But as you can see now, this thing looks pretty sturdy as well. Like normally when you look at these, they look a bit shaky, like they're going to come out, or you can even hit this. I have tried to hit it. I mean, I probably wouldn't if I was you, but I have done a few tests on it. If you hit these in the middle, it doesn't come out. It's completely stuck in there, which is another massive advantage of this. So you can even help it along a little bit, but like I said, I probably wouldn't get too close purely because of, you see all this explosion that's going on now. I'm pretty sure yeah, you don't want to get yourself involved with that. Another thing that changes as well, I don't know if you can see, just under the wither, you've also got a few wither skeletons that are just stuck in there now. They'll be stuck in there till the end, till you release them, okay? They're not going to come and attack you. They're not going to go on the end anywhere. They're just going to stay in that gateway. So maybe you could figure out a way of using those and getting the skulls again. It's like a double combo thing there. Okay, so now, here we go. This is exactly the moment we've been waiting for to get our wither star. But like I said, if you've not got a good enough platform, which evidently what you're about to see, I didn't have a good enough platform. This was what I was saying. You need a good platform. So I've slowed this right down to prove that the wither star does come out. But look at that. Look. There's the nether star, not wither star, sorry, and it goes right through that hole, okay? You want to make sure that it doesn't fall through like mine doesn't. So, again, just do something like this, make a nice big block where you know it's going to land. I'm pretty sure it does land on the same place every single time. I've done this on another location, and it literally landed there every single time, so it's not too bad. So, here's your wither skeletons, look. Basically, yeah, like I was saying, you could use these, maybe get a few charged creepers through here, and actually farm them and actually get the skulls. I mean, you could literally, now we've got these traps, so we could throw them into a farm beneath us and actually use these. I'm just going to release them, obviously, but like I said, definitely something to like consider as well. This is like a double farm. You can actually get the skulls from this, as well as the obviously the nether star, which is obviously what we want to do. But I'm going to show you right now, if you do not replace the obsidian, this is exactly what's going to happen. Okay, so We're just going to wait for it to do the first initial explosion, and that first initial explosion is actually powerful enough to go right through it, release all your wither skeletons as well if you've done this before. So every single time that you do this, you need to replace the obsidian. Make sure you do that. So that is pretty much it. Like I say, you do not want that wither roaming around at the bottom. So again, let me just show you what you want to do with this obsidian. Double it up at the bottom. Again, you don't need to double the middle block up, but I think I'm just going to do that just to be safe. There we go. And then as well, you want to go to the top and just cover that whole thing in obsidian. I've found this way to be the way that it works the best. So now, once we place our wither in there and we just activate it, and we just get some skulls. There we go. Finally, there we go. We're just going to wait for that to explode, and that is going to stay trapped in there. And that is exactly what we want. We don't want it to be roaming around. We want it to automatically get smothered and obviously kill it, because it's so easy that way, right? So I just thought I'd show you, obviously, the wither skeletons. They're in there, and they will get trapped. They can't hurt you. They can't do anything. You can obviously just break them at the bottom and maybe let them fall through the void. Or, in addition to that, you could make some kind of a trap. So you've got them trapped in there, and all you'd need to do is bring one charge creeper through to the end, okay, and you could like farm a load of like skulls from this. Again, I think that is a pretty good idea. I might make another version of this. Let me know in the comments if you want to see that, and I can definitely get on that, because I think that's a pretty good idea. Quite convenient, you know. That is literally the entire video. I hope this does help you out on your worlds, and again, I want to say a massive thank you to everybody that's supporting my channel at the moment. We're literally on the road to 5k. I believe maybe today could be the day, but I don't want to get too hasty. Again, if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe with that notification bell on, and I will catch you on the next one.